Once you've decided that you're going to go cruising, it can feel a little bit like you're living in two worlds. Hi, I'm Nico Waters, and welcome to the Boat Galley podcast. Today I'm going to share an experience that I had this summer as we were going between Virginia, which is where the house is that we're getting ready to sell, and Vermont, which is a place that's an awful lot like cruising in my mind. This episode of the Boat Galley podcast is sponsored by Infinity, the most trusted name in woven vinyl flooring in the marine industry. Since 2008, Infinity has offered boat owners premier flooring options proven to withstand even the most demanding environments. Each of their products is equipped with UV-stable, fade resistance, and antimicrobial technology, giving them both durability and style that can't be matched. Thinking about kicking carpet to the curb? Make the switch to Infinity and see the difference true luxury makes. Visit infinitylwv.com and use the coupon code GALLEY, that's G-A-L-L-E-Y, for 10% off any area rug. Limit 1 per customer. This summer, we spent most of the time up at a lake house in the northeast corner of Vermont, which is a place that has a year-round population of 5. Summertime might swell to a couple hundred, and we're on a pretty isolated part of the lake. It's very easy to go days without having to get in the car to go anywhere. Loons are our constant companions, and generally life is a little bit slower. But earlier this summer, we came down to spend a week in between being up at the lake and being down in Charlottesville because we needed to get our kids ready to go off to college. Usually, it's nice to drive somewhere. I love to drive. It serves as a buffer somehow between events. I generally listen to a podcast. The last time we came down to Virginia, I don't know if the traffic was as bad as it felt like it was. I'm so used to living in a place where if I see 5 cars, I wonder what's going on. And as we woke up in the morning, after the first night sleeping with the windows closed, without the sound of the lake lapping at the shores or the loons calling back and forth all night long, Jeremy had to get up and get into his car to drive to work. Whereas when we're in Vermont, he's working from home every day, and his commute is all of 30 seconds. He gets his coffee, walks back to the bedroom, sits down at the desk. Maybe it might be 35 seconds if he needs to stop and look at the loons. But I tell you what, it feels so wrong. It feels so strange to be back in this house where we've lived for 20 years, where we redid the kitchen and painted the walls the right color, and the counters are mostly butcher block that I can chop on anytime I want to. That's not what we have in Vermont. It's not what we have on the boat right now. But it feels so weird to be here. Life is just faster in Charlottesville. There are more things to buy. There are more roads to drive. There's faster internet. Even though I've lived in this kitchen for 20 years and it's finished and isn't a construction zone, I still can't find anything that I need. Everything seems to be in the wrong place. When I look out at the backyard, it now seems pretty dull and boring. I don't get joy out of looking at the leaves. And the squirrels, they're not the chipmunks I'm used to. Part of this discombobulation might be that we're kind of in between things right now. Julian's off at college. He's started in his sophomore year at George Mason. He feels like he's winning the world's lottery, and he didn't even have to play anything. Our daughter, B, is at Bennington College as a freshman. Absolutely happy, 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 happy. We were there for Parents' Weekend, and I've not seen a kid so happy in a long time. That's just what we want as parents, isn't it? But still, parenting has been our lives, hands-on parenting, not that we're not parenting when they're in college, but parenting has been hands-on for a long time. And the next time we get together as a family, every single person will have some college experience to share. Earlier last week, Mike Anderson sent me plans for the freehand wind vane that we want to build for Calypso. This is a vane that he designed in conjunction with Larry Pardey. And as we ordered the plans, Mike is offering up a donation to the Larry Pardey Observatory, which I think is great. Friends of ours, they're redoing their home kitchen, and they have offered us the old counters that they're pulling off. They have some old Corian counters, and they've offered them to us to use on Calypso. And as Julian went through the house and as B went through the house, figuring out what they needed to take with them to college, Julian's living in an apartment-style dorm room, I'm looking around the house and making notes for what I'm going to need for the boat. Calypso's refit is looming so huge in our heads. We're currently ripping out parquet floors in the dining room. When we were last up in Vermont, we winterized the house, walking away until next summer. Between Averill, Charlottesville, and Calypso, it feels like we're living in 3 totally different worlds. And I'm so ready for it to be one world, and that's the boat world. Can't wait to see you out there. Thanks for listening to the Boat Galley podcast. We love sharing our tips, tricks, advice, and how-tos for the cruising lifestyle. Have you subscribed yet? Have you told a friend? The more, the merrier.